Can a small business make a huge difference? Our guest today is Dr. Jay Grossman, a dentist who has created a program called Homeless, Not Toothless, which provides dental services to the homeless. Through the program in the past 15 years, Grossman and his associates have provided over $1 million in free dental care to patients who can barely pay for food, much less good oral hygiene. Dr. Jay Grossman, welcome to Dog and Pony.
Thank you so much for having me.
So how'd you get your practice started?
Well, when I got out of the Navy, I chose Brentwood. It was a great location. It certainly had affluence, and that's really where I saw myself practicing. And what I did was I literally went into a practice of somebody who was selling it, and I bought their practice, and I only was able to retain a few patients. And because of that, I had a lot of free time on my hands. And that's when I chose to start treating the homeless and the indigent. Started handing out my cards and filling in the many open spots that I had during the day with patients that needed my services.
And how do you fund that?
You know, I've been very fortunate. You know, the practice has grown tremendously. Sometime this month, I will enter my 10,000th patient into the practice, which for a fee-for-service practice is pretty much unheard of. But you know, there's the secret sauce that I think that I've put together to make the practice as successful as it is. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes clearly a team effort.
Do your employees feel a sense of satisfaction in being associated with Homeless, Not Toothless?
Absolutely. It's clearly one of the things that I believe causes them to really love what they do. And each year, at the end of the year, we have a typical holiday party. But I think it's more atypical. I rent out a restaurant, we have it to ourselves, and we sit there for about 4 hours. And during that time frame, we actually talk about what we accomplished during the year, what we didn't accomplish during the year, why we didn't accomplish it. We then go around the table and everyone has an opportunity to acknowledge every single person there. So that takes a while.
Wow.
We complete the year. We literally call completion to what we did, what we didn't do, and then we generate who we are going to be for the community for the following year. And if you were in my office, you would actually see that list of who we are choosing to be for the following year posted in every operatory.
Wow.
And as a result of that, I make sure, my job is to make sure that that's fulfilled upon.
Wow. And what kind of success stories can you tell us about what you've been able to do for some of these folks?
I've got a gentleman that came to see me after about 6 months of being sober. That's a requirement, by the way, of being, they have to be in a sobriety program. And unfortunately, everyone, I mean literally 99% of them have sobriety issues that they're dealing with. So he came to see me, and while I was working on him, I was telling my assistant that I was going to be doing some cement pouring at my house. Now, I have no idea what to do with cement.
Right.
I know about the cement that you put in the crown. I know nothing about the cement that you walk
Right.
on.
Yeah.
And he raises his hand and he says, Doc, do you need help pouring the cement? And I thought to myself, sure, why not? First thing I notice is he shows up. Big thing. Second thing I notice is he knows what he's doing. And he sat down with me and says, Doc, you don't have enough cement for this. I had 200 pounds of cement put aside. Do you know how much 200 pounds mixes up to? You could barely step on it.
Right.
So he goes out and he buys 4,000 pounds of cement, just to show you how little I knew.
Right.
Apparently you need wood so the cement doesn't
Right.
leak all over the place, and rebar. Gorgeous. Took him 3 days. I allocated 20 minutes for it, so I'm glad I hired him. And I said to him, what do I owe you? And he says, absolutely nothing. I said, why is that? He said, I'm done taking handouts. You fixed my mouth, least I could do is fix your steps for you. I ended up hiring him to rebuild my house. So he's now on salary. He's got 3 years of sobriety.
Wow.
He got back into a relationship with his ex-wife and made amends for using drugs. He got back in relationship with his kid, who he hasn't seen since he was 2 years old. We found his son. He's in Arkansas. I sent him a ticket and flew him out to surprise him, and they reunited. He's now 17 years old. They're in communication every single week right now. He sends money back there to support them. He cleaned up his medical needs. He cleaned up his legal needs. He's now a contributing member of society, paying taxes and making a living.
That's great. So what's the next stage for Homeless, Not Toothless?
My next step is to come up with a new organization that's called Homeless Not. And what we're going to do is we're going to provide homes, food, clothing, and shelter in a city that is self-contained, where the homeless could come in, they could get the protection of a house, where they get food, clothes, medical care, dental care, and the job skills needed to be reintegrated back into society. That is my next vision.
Dog and pony, dog and pony. Dog and pony, dog and pony.